Hey guys, what's up? Itchlaw coming back to ya with another episode of Car Rides Witchlaw. And today we're off to a bit of a lagging start because the thing was lagging out, or it wasn't confirming to me that I had made it immediately, but we are on the move now, as we should be, without much of a hitch. I'm continuing to do what I've been doing, and my boss isn't saying anything, so that's great. As for today, what kind of conversation, what kind of developments? I don't really think too much, I don't really think too much is going on. Just looking to take it easy when I get home today. I've obviously been feeling quite overstimulated, and I'm just trying to get through that phase and see how that goes. And yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit confused, but it's like the way the traffic is right now is kind of weird, but worked out. Still kind of nervous about the whole situation with my getting my car done. I don't really know why. It's just I want to ask my mechanic a lot of things, and I tend to be pretty anxious about having to deal with that kind of stuff and just thinking about how I should just get over it. I'm not planning on doing that today, maybe tomorrow if I'm feeling a little bit better. I didn't really feel too great today, as I predicted. Told you it's usually worse like the second day after exercising. And yeah, I don't know. In the future, it's stupid that I ran that hard, especially when I'm having to work, but it's not terrible, I mean, I could do way worse things to myself than that. And I'm eating up good protein, so it should be good, right? Eating up lots of good protein, my muscles should be experiencing a positive change overall. But I'm very excited to go home, eat my ice cream, and just chill. Because I really haven't done that. And it's just important. I'm noticing, though, that honestly, it's worse for me to have the free time. Like, I don't know. I'd so much rather just the work extra and then have extra money to spend. Like, that brings me more joy than free time does. But again, I think it's because I'm just a pretty efficient person. And so the result of that is what seems like a lot of hours to one, to me, is not so many hours. That is basically the moral of the story. Essentially. Oh, we're not in auto. My fault. In the wrong mode. At least get that screenshot. Whoa, yeah, I mean, it's looking to me like it gets pretty sluggish. Like, so to recap, or if you didn't see it, the beginning episode, I get to the gas station and it's closed, which is like never happened before. So super duper odd right off the bat. And it just really threw me for a loop, but I don't know, if I should expect that from now on, or like, I think it's a little bit crazy to just like expect it. To me, that's just not like it. I think that would be going like a bit crazy to just now all of a sudden be like, oh well, now I'm always gonna leave, But what it means is I really don't need to rush when it comes to leaving for the gas in the morning. That's something I don't need to do. Because it just doesn't like accomplish anything, right? That's kind of like the whole point. Because now I know that they might, if the guy is running late or something. So yeah, it is what it is. Still very annoying leaving at this time, but yeah, I don't really know what else to mention about that. Just is what it is. But yeah, we're looking forward, right, to 2026 just being like a very a good year, but not. I don't know. It's gonna be kind of whoa. See, like it's just the way people operate is just not good. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just not good the way people operate. It's very bad. And doesn't make any sense. Yeah, because there shouldn't be traffic, but people just drive terribly. So I can't really... I really shouldn't be complaining, but I just like when it's really good, because that happens. There is points when it's super good, but that is not today, apparently. It's like really just get these like clogs and silliness, honestly. I don't know. I've already talked about it. Traffic could be solved immediately, but it is honestly like I know I'm a broken record at this point. I was gonna say something like harping on a dead horse, but that is not an idiom, is it? Like, am I just making stuff up? There's no way that's like actually an idiom. Even though I'm a broken record, it is insane to me the depth of selfishness that has exponentially compounded as humanity has progressed. It's really something to me. I don't know. It's just like very unbelievable. Because again, there's so many problems that could be solved, and it's usually due to a mixture of greed and self-centeredness that is the root of the problem. Ignorance, greed, or self-centeredness. And it's really because we don't communicate properly as a species, which is the whole purpose of what technology should have been, but instead technology has been a disturbance to proper communication. But the idea is, with improved communication, you have multiple people who each offer a good, accurate perspective that one person could not possibly know. And this isn't always the case because, for example, me as a person, I obviously process and interpret so much. And I know that most people just don't. So you still have to kind of accept that certain people should be in positions of judgment and not. Like, I do belong in a position of authority. It's where I would be best suited for the greater good. but it wouldn't be best suited for special interests, right? Because they have their own prerogatives that they're trying to get done or whatever, but in terms of the greater good, you would want the thought pattern people like me, I'm still fairly young, so you could say maybe in some kind of training, but of course the opposite is true. I've actually just been completely neglected by society, which is interesting, isn't it? I'm not in any type of training or anything. I'm just completely neglected by society and have nothing. It's really something when you really think about it and consider it. Now here's another situation where, again, there's these slow spots, and they have no business being, it's like not a lot of traffic, but there's no business this being clogged. Like I just cannot, I can't wrap my head around it. I just cannot. It's like, why are people just not, I just don't know. But yeah, and instead, and you're seeing this compound right now, right? So when this country turned education into a business, it is locking out some of the potentially best and brightest people. And that's going to have very long-term repercussions. Because in the long run, if you don't have people educated properly, though, I guess the solid counter-argument to that, well, I'm not sure how solid it is, but the counter-argument is that those who are smart don't really need education because they're already able to perform. Like, I guess that's kind of the argument. Like, there are entrepreneurs who don't even have college degrees and they're able to do well, but they're still, then the counter-argument to that is those people are still dependent on the bedrocks of society, which is, the doctors and the teachers. Even if you have certain particularly impressive humans, as a group, you have to have the bedrocks in place, because even if a business owner is spectacular in his own right, the CEO is spectacular in his own right, he still needs good workers to hire, and broadly speaking, that comes out of a good education system, not a country where education is not valued. That's kind of, I guess, my premise. And I don't know, I guess you could make the other argument too that I'm thinking now, is that college as an institution, as a means to educate, is sort of losing its luster. And you can probably more efficiently and cheaply, not necessarily betterly, not necessarily more superiorly, learn exclusively digitally, but you can more efficiently and cost effectively, obviously. I still think it's hard to argue that a physical classroom with physical humans, I think that's hard to beat, although, when AI is matured, I honestly think there's going to be, I feel like it's going to be pretty compelling to what am I getting at with this? Yeah, it's going to be pretty competitive, honestly, because AI can be hyper-personalized for each individual person, and a human can't. So I think it would be a mix. I think I've said this before. I don't know that AI can really replace humans completely, although at the same time, I mean, that's almost what one of my ideas was. If you guys remember, this is from an episode from a while back, and it's essentially this concept that we basically still continue as humans. It's just that AI augments our conversations and capabilities, if that makes sense. We use AI to basically communicate with each other in an augmented fashion. I wonder if there's a better way for me to get home, because I still can't get over how, like, it's just crazy. It will basically act as a bridge between people, because people seem so amazingly incompetent at just communication with each other. We're going to end up using AI to bridge between people so you can have coherent conversations, for example. And basically what that means is, since this is assuming you have like Neuralinks in the brain, it will be able to transform feelings into words without the human having to do that. So my advantage is essentially going to be gone, sadly, that I'm able to have a lot of feelings, a lot of different feelings, and then put them into my mouth and speak them. In the future, it won't matter, because everybody will be able to do that. And so there should be hypothetically a point where we're more connected, or at least the potential to be more connected. Although I'm questioning that, because intention still matters, and you could make the argument that a lot of people are still just going to use it to isolate, and in that case, we would just end up being less connected as a direct consequence of that. So it's a little bit hard to say, because I still think it will perpetuate inequality. You know, dumb people will just use it in dumb ways for dumb things, and won't necessarily use it for intellect, you know, and just like a super important tidbit. I know, super important. I don't even know what am I even getting at this point? I guess this is an interesting episode. I don't know that I'm getting anywhere, but we're talking about something. We're talking about something. I totally forgot to do that thing. I was so excited to calculate the ideal mile per hour to go, and just completely forgot to do it. Yeah, 2026, I just hope to get through it relatively fast. That's the goal. If I can get through 2026 spending very little money, holding my job, I think life's going to get better. And then, you know, I do want to also get through like most of 2027 with the same premise, you know. But again, I think if I can just do that, life will get better. It will. But I have to be disciplined. There's just a little bit more waiting for me to do. Just a little bit. No, I'm more interested in more interesting things. Like what I was talking about in the beginning. There's definitely, I mean, we're still seeing the long-term consequences of poor judgment and poor authority. You know, we're seeing things collapse in real time. And yeah, I don't really know what else there is to say about it. And it's a shame because you have people who want to fix things and then they can't even do it. I mean, it's like I'm trying, but it's just not working. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I still have felt a little bit airy, a little bit chill about things. It's just been like that. I don't know. I'm not very locked in. Which is okay. I mean, I feel okay, but I feel kind of tired, like it's just, I just think these moments come and go with me. That's all there really is to it. I wonder what else there is to comment on, though. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking forward to finally having some kind of break, but I really have a good amount of stuff I want to get done, so I don't know that that's really true. Can we believe I was thinking I was going to be recording that much? Because now I actually have so much time to, and I'm just not. I'm just not there yet. I don't think I'm there yet as a person. I think I have the potential to someday, get home and then just record tons of content. But I'm not there yet, I'm just not. I'm just not. Wow, I'm so tired, man. I'm losing it. I don't know. I don't know what's up. Like, I think I burn out the rest of what I had to say or talk about. That's kind of it. Kind of miss the old way I used to go home. It was nice. I think it took longer though. I just can't believe how much I've come to realize how many other people are just not like me whatsoever. I mean, it's scary, it's strange. I don't know. Because I guess, again, just took so long for that to really set in. That there's just not many other people similar. Everybody thinks humans are loosely like one another, but Well, it's something I've already talked about before, isn't it? Yeah, my apologies for I felt like the beginning of the episode was half decent. It was half decent, and then I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just lost it. But it wasn't perfect. I think there was an underlying fatigue that has been present this whole episode, really. I just can't snap out of it, you know? I've kind of been thinking about the new phone a little bit today. But obviously, I still have basically decided to avoid it, really, because it's just, it's just too much money, and in 2026 I'll be fine, but for the time being, it's just like, I just don't need to do it. I should just do nothing and be happy. Do nothing, not own nothing and be happy. Do nothing and be happy. Yeah, it's a shame. I remember some of these episodes I'm really on fire, and in general, there's times I am, but I guess there's also times I'm just not. And it's kind of frustrating because I think other people are more consistent, where they're either one way or the other. I think I'm basically on a constant identity crisis, and I go from feeling powerful and feeling good about myself to back to feeling like kind of inadequate and just, it's like, wow. And it's just like a constant cycle of that, It's very, very sad. Very, very sad, But what else is new in the world, right? What else is new? I think really what I would have to find again is my love for philosophy, because back when I was very against materialism, that was really what my whole goal of it was mindset and how happiness is a choice and a lot of these things. And of course, not realize, well, maybe back then I didn't realize, now I'm kind of aware of this concept where, happiness is a choice, but it's not necessarily for everybody, because certain people have a certain level of wealth that gets them to that point. But see, that even that counter argument, though, it doesn't always make sense, because I thought there was evidence that people in like pretty impoverished countries are still happier than people in America, for example. So that doesn't always make sense, but I understand the premise. It's like, if you're super duper rich, then happiness is a choice, because there's no reason. Unless your job is terrible for you to get there. But, like, for you to have and maintain that lifestyle, but typically it's worth it, That's like usually what's the case. Oh man, sorry. I'm so ready to just relax. That's like the main reason for all this. Kind of made a poor judgment call there. Like I didn't really need to stop, but I ended up stopping because I saw something was coming, but then I realized it was this very slow truck. So I came to a harsh stop, but I probably didn't need to. I probably could have just, okay, buddy, no, thank you. But I probably didn't need to do that. You see something in the corner of your eye, and you just make a judgment call, but it's not always what's in front of you. Oh, I guess, this is something to talk about. I don't feel like talking about it, but I'm going to. I didn't really realize how cool it would be to have a hybrid car. It's always something that I've been very leery of due to cost issues, mainly, and again, mechanics not working on them and stuff if something goes wrong. But it kind of just seems better. Wouldn't really affect me too much because I'm mostly on highways, but it seems like a lot is pretty cool with it. Like, it's better idling it if you do that. It's not as bad for the car to idle it as it is with just a regular. And you have access to a lot of electricity just from the car. You have outlets in the car that you can plug stuff into. The range is really high on some of them. It's higher than, anything really. I don't know. I think it's very interesting. I didn't really think about that before because I'm looking into it. I'm not going to be getting a new car anytime soon, but I just didn't realize how, apparently at this point, and especially in 5 years, there are going to be more people that know what to do with them, and eventually it's going to be more normal. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. I don't know. But I just wanted to mention that. I'm doing a terrible job of explaining it. But just wanted to mention it. Yeah, I know. I can't believe... I just wonder why I feel this way. It's very strange. It's probably just fatigue from that running I did, I guess. And then, I've also been walking much faster than usual. Because I used to walk super slow, but now since I've increased my salt, I'm just able to walk faster. So I'm obviously very excited and happy to do that. And also my leg pain is a lot worse. Better since I've been doing the salt. I'm able to have more energy. My pain is better. So, but again, my muscles are all kind of fatigued from that run and I think walking, because it's not like it was just that run, like for the past while now, because I've been talking about the salt for it's been like at least 2 weeks, right? I feel really stupid that I can't remember. I think it was probably 2 weeks ago or more that I started the salt journey. That's what I think. I think that's pretty accurate. So for that period of time, it might have been 3 weeks, if that feels more comfortable. I don't really know. I'm kind of, like I said, been pretty out of it, just going through the motions and not really getting much accomplished. That has kind of been my story for the past while. Yeah, we're getting home pretty late. That is not good. I can see the time. There was probably 3 minutes of traffic at least. I don't know. It's very strange. Okay, sorry, I was thinking. I don't even remember what I was talking about. It's a shame. I really wish I could show up for all these episodes, but that just will not happen, knowing me. Just not going to happen. Some just kind of feel like a waste. At least for the first, but then it's like the second half, what's the point in even listening to it? Like I might as well have just shut it off. But it's a forced thing on purpose. The goal is to eventually, and it already has been, because again, I've never continued doing something after the mania's over. I've just never done that. Like I literally, at any other thing that I've ever done and gotten into, I just give up on. So the fact that I'm still doing this, even though the mania is absolutely over, I think is pretty cool. And it's like I said, even though some of those other episodes were great, I guess it's training, this is just practicing for something I hope to be able to be even better at in the future. But this is just not the best day for it, apparently, as we have noted. As sad as that is, it's just very deeply sad. But I'm in training. I'm not in my final finale yet. And I think that training could take some time. Could take some time to really figure out. Because a lot of times, too, I haven't been in a fun mood, but if I was in a fun mood, there would be those kind of episodes, too. But I just haven't had that in me. Alright, anyways. It's been schla, but now it's time to buy schla. So, see you schla.